Let's take a look at the geography of the pit lane and the pit stop area. The fast lane, as it's called, the first one, limited to 62 miles an hour during the Grand Prix. No work can take place there unless you happen to be starting the race from the end of the pit lane. The second official lane is called the inner lane, and this is where the work is done. The FIA allocate each team one spot for the Grand Prix. Now that's one per team, not per driver. So often behind the safety car or with changeable weather conditions, you'll see the cars queuing up, one waiting for service, because there's only space for one car at a time. Often this inner lane is quite slippery. The teams can only work on it by sweeping it or drying it, or the drivers lay rubber, two black lines here, through the weekend in free practice at every opportunity they get to add grip to this area. It gives them 1 or 2 tenths in each pit stop during the race. As the drivers approach their pit box, 26 men are waiting for them, and of course a lot of equipment. Let's take a look at it. The rear jack for lifting the back of the car, a starter motor in case they stall the engine, fire extinguisher, underneath me here an earthing strip to stop any static electricity causing sparks with the refueling. The KERS-equipped cars with that extra electrical power on board means that those mechanics wear latex gloves underneath their fireproof gloves. 2 guns either side at the rear here. They're different colours because they're handed. The wheel nuts do up in a different direction depending on the side of the car, and a spare wheel nut to go with it. As we get to the front, they're not so much wheel nuts as the spinners that we saw coming off Fernando Alonso's car at the Hungarian Grand Prix that forms part of the brake duct too. And finally, of course, the famous lollipop. Now, one of the most important rules about pit stops is it's the team's responsibility to release the car safely, and often causes many dramas, as Felipe Massa and Adrian Sutil found out at this very track last year.
And you can expect these pit box